TGIF, my goodness, and thank goodness it's Friday. Tristan Winder with you here in the News 2 Alert Center with the Morning Pulse here on this February 13th, 2026. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day so far, and the work week has treated you well if you're as ready for that coveted weekend as I am too, with some beautiful temperatures in store for us as well. Let's dive right on in today as we begin with North Platte's Historic Preservation Commission moving forward with a comprehensive building survey of North Platte. The study being conducted by Miller and Associates will examine historic structures throughout the community, specifically across northern North Platte.
The original downtown, we did the new facade improvement program. We do the same thing down there with facade improvements and find some grants that could help, redo windows, redo doors, tuck pointing, maybe painting the buildings.
A Lincoln County business is adding a charitable twist to their Valentine's Day deliveries. Delivery services become a major part of operations for flower shops across the area and across the nation this time of the year. Donating all deliveries to the Bridge of Hope is owner Sarah Talbot. She says that the flower market will be delivering flowers, and that's going to bring joy and services as a meaningful gesture as well, and of course brighten someone's day. Making people happy is her favorite part of the job. And of course those donations, the funds raised through deliveries with the flower market across this Valentine's Day holiday are going to help the Bridge of Hope Child Advocacy Center in North Platte. Across central Nebraska, Nebraska sandhills and whooping cranes are beginning to make their migration into the Tri-City specifically. We've had some of them across Lincoln County as well, I've heard already. But as they swoop their way towards land, concerns have grown about bird flu in the region. Nebraska Game and Parks says that you can see an increase in sick or dead birds around lakes, ponds, and outdoor areas as virus circulation in the wild bird population continues. One local expert says that they're working to sample as many birds as they can, hoping that they can learn about what's coming into the environment.
We've been sampling the environment for this disease, as well as sampling individual birds. It is something that we're concerned about, right? There are cases that have been happening throughout the state of Nebraska.
Experts say the disease is not curable, but the best way to detect bird flu is if there are several birds on the ground in the area. Moving on now, Girl Scout cookie season is officially underway now across Nebraska. Cookie booths are opening today with sales running through mid-March. Girl Scout Spirit of Nebraska says the program helps young members develop business and leadership skills. The organization says the proceeds stay local and support community service projects, outdoor activities, and other programs for participating troops. This year, Girl Scouts are offering a new cookie option called Explore Mores, which features Rocky Road-inspired flavors including chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond cream. Nebraskans looking to purchase cookies can visit the Girl Scout Spirits of Nebraska website and use the free Cookie Finder tool.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Friday morning here. It's a pretty quiet morning for most of us here as we are seeing just some clouds moving in from the west. Some moisture showing up on radar, but most of it's not making it to the surface, so it's what we call virga, which is evaporating moisture. You can see it up in the sky, sometimes rain streaks that as they fall, they evaporate and don't make it all the way to the ground. So outside of some sprinkles, I'm really not expecting much, but we're going to see some increasing clouds from the west. Sky cover is going to actually thicken up a lot more heading into the end of the day and especially tonight as we start to see a chance of some light rain. A lot of rain down to our south across parts of southern Kansas and Oklahoma, but it's going to be mostly light rain or across northern Kansas, but there's a decent chance we'll see some light rain, and then a lower chance of seeing some very light rain or sprinkles in southern Nebraska. Once you get north of about Highway 92, your chances will really start to drop off. Not much expected farther north. This continues into Saturday morning here, especially the farther south and southeast you go. Saturday afternoon, still some lingering rain. That's going to be clearing on out late in the day. With the clouds lasting longer there, it's going to be cooler in southeastern areas compared to farther north and to the west. Saturday night into Sunday morning, and this model only goes out through midnight, so I'm going to back it up a little bit. Goes to right there. Those clouds may try to build back in for a time, but eventually I think we're going to get a good amount of sun heading into our Sunday, and it looks like a pretty good day. Maybe a little breezy, but otherwise some pretty nice weather ahead for the second half of the weekend. High temperatures out there for today, topping out in the low to mid 60s, a good 25 degrees above average for this time of the year. Should be some beautiful weather ahead. Not quite in the record territory. Records are up closer to 70 for today. Tonight we'll dip back into the 30s for lows, which is why I'm not concerned about ice or snow tonight. It's just going to be rain or sprinkles. There are some areas like North Platte at 30 degrees, 32 Thedford and Ogallala, but these are areas where the chances of rain are lower. If moisture does hit your area, the temperature will probably come up a little bit, so I'm not too worried about snow or ice in those spots either. Tomorrow's temperatures, while there's more clouds around, still going to be very mild. Now again, cooler to the southeast with those thicker clouds, mid to upper 50s, still way above average, lower 60s farther north and west. And then looking ahead to Saturday night, Sunday morning, 20s and lower 30s for lows. Sunday looks good, mid to upper 60s and lower 70s. And Sunday night, not bad. A few upper 20s out west, but mostly 30s, even some lower 40s. So a very mild morning Monday morning, President's Day Monday, back up into the mid to upper 60s and maybe some near 70 degrees. Could be a little cooler up north with upper 50s and lower 60s in northern portions of Nebraska. Taking a look at that long-range forecast, the mild weather sticking around, it looks like all the way through the middle of next week now. Another small chance of rain Tuesday evening. Doesn't look like much right there. Big questions arise on Thursday. We are going to see cooler air begin to filter in to our area. The big question is, do we see rain or snow? Most models are now hinting at least something. And if it does happen to be snow, that temperature is probably coming down on Thursday. I'll tell you that right now. So right now we're going 52, but again, if we do start talking about a better chance of snow, we're gonna drop that high temperature forecast. So we'll let you know about that. But again, we trend cooler basically towards the end of next week. Still near to a little bit above average during that time frame, but again, on the cooler side with maybe perhaps some more chances of moisture down the road. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. North Platte, pretty similar forecast, mild weather all the way through Wednesday, slight chance of a little light rain late tonight and tomorrow morning, another small chance Tuesday evening, and then that chance of rain and or snow Thursday. We cool down, but again, if the snow looks like the chances are looking pretty decent, we're going to bring that temperature down on Thursday. But again, we'll trend a little cooler towards the end of next week and into next weekend, with temperatures still near and above average, though, during that time frame, even if we are a little bit cooler. All right, let's get to the Climate Prediction Center's outlook from next Friday beyond here. Even if we are cooler, we're still going to be looking at above average temperatures during that time frame. So, again, the jet stream digging way down to the south here and then going to the north there. And that tells us that's classic southwest flow. Lots of moisture over the western U.S., and then it moves up along that jet stream here. Precipitation-wise, this would also match the jet stream quite a bit, digging to the south and then kind of doing that number there. That's kind of what we'll be looking at here. So most of the storm systems will pass to our north, but we may get in on a few of those here down the road. Let's look at the European model. Again, the limited moisture this morning, the light rain tonight. Notice it could get into southern Nebraska, northern Kansas a better chance, but again, notice the bulk of the moisture, Texas, Oklahoma, and southern Kansas. But again, northern Kansas, some rain, possibly some rain in southern Nebraska. Chances are really limited farther north. Beyond that, Tuesday evening, small chance of rain. Doesn't look like much right now. The bigger system will stay to our north. And then as we get towards the Thursday time frame, again, I have that chance of rain and snow in the forecast. Well, it doesn't look like anything significant. There may be some more chances, though, as we get towards next weekend here. I'm not going to talk too much about those right now yet, but it's something we'll keep an eye on. Let's look at the GFS model. We're going to... Again, we'll look at this weekend here tonight into Saturday. Again, notice the heavier rains down to our south. We're on the edge of that chance of rain. The GFS is a little farther south than the European model. Next chance Tuesday evening. Right about there, it's not much. Again, the bigger moisture chance is going to be to our north on Tuesday into Tuesday night and Wednesday. So then we look towards Thursday. GFS has been the most aggressive model when it comes to Thursday. It's actually backing off a little bit compared to what it had been doing, which is why I'm very hesitant to go higher than a 20% chance right now for next Thursday, because this model's backed off a little bit, but still hinting at some rain and or snow, which is why it's in the forecast. Beyond that, maybe some more moisture heading into next weekend. The GFS model actually wants to warm us up a little bit here. Now, I will mention the Canadian forecast model tries to get very active around that Sunday night, Monday time frame. I don't have access to that in my forecast graphics here, but that is one model that's trying to go really active towards early the following week. The big national picture, and you can see it here, that jet stream digging down to the south, and then there it is right there. That's classic southwest flow. And that's right now. It'll continue. I think we're going to continue with this general weather pattern for a while. Much different than what we've seen most of the wintertime, actually. So you get to next weekend and beyond, and if I were to draw on the jet stream, it's not any different right there. It still looks like that. And the GFS is pretty similar as well. So lots of moisture in the western United States. California, they're going to get rain and then big time snow in the high elevations. A lot of moisture there, maybe some into the Rockies here. I'm hoping there'll be a little snow there since I am going to be doing some skiing here in about a month or a little less than a month. Hoping they get some snow on the slopes there. But yeah, no major changes with our weather pattern down the road. Now, again, looking at the European model temperature-wise, we're very mild over the next 6 days, and then we trend cooler. The GFS trying to go a little colder next weekend and doesn't want to bring the warm air back north all the way through next weekend. GFS, on the other hand, cools us down but then tries to warm us back up. So again, we're very mild these next 6 days, all the way through Wednesday. Here comes the cooler air Thursday, Friday. Then look how it tries to actually warm us back up a little bit, maybe, towards the end of next weekend. So there you go. All right, well, that is all I have for you guys that are watching on the recording for today. So I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back with you on Monday with all the latest. Take care, and God bless. Bye.